Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys put some motherfucking Coach K full court pressure on that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time your boy E Thriller goes live or uploads a video to my YouTube channel. And once again, this is your boy, the one and only E Thriller. Welcome back. Now, first things first, man, I'm going to give y'all some time to get up in the chat, man, before we get this shit popping today, because I got a lot on my mind, y'all. I got a lot on my mind. I apologize in advance for my absence, and I would also like to apologize for the feathers I may ruffle during this live stream. So if you're sensitive, then get the fuck out, because I'm going to speak the truth, and y'all know how I do it. I'm going to drop facts on top of facts on top of facts. So while I'm letting y'all get up in this chat before I go in, I'm going to go get me a drink of water, and I'll be right fucking back. Gotta get it right. Gotta get it right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's listening to this video. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the middleweight division, man, because it's just pissing me off at this point. Because I just want to know, by a show of hands, who else is tired of everybody calling out Canelo? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. Because we all know what you motherfuckers want. We all know what y'all want. We know what you want. Canelo said it best when he said this shit.
Just payday, payday. You want payday? I know that.
You understand? You motherfuckers want a payday, and I get it. And you motherfuckers also probably want to be the one that dethrones Canelo. But let me just say this. Yeah. Canelo is in a position of power right now because he is calling all of the shots. He is the new Floyd Money Mayweather, whether you guys want to admit it or not. The facts are the facts. He's selling the most. He's doing the most in the ring. He's the most popular boxer outside of Anthony Joshua in the fucking sport. He has everybody, whether that's at 147 and Earl Spence calling him out, begging for a fucking fight at 160, right? He wants Canelo to come down to 160 to possibly fight him for a fucking mega fight, right? You have all that going on. And then you have dudes at 160 like Triple G, who I'm assuming wants a trilogy with Canelo, and rightfully so. And speaking of which, where in the fuck is Triple G? I mean, can anybody, somebody who loves my channel, who hates my channel, who want to subscribe, but won't subscribe, can somebody please let me know where in the fuck is Gennady Golovkin? Because I haven't heard shit from him. The last thing I heard about Gennady Golovkin, aka Triple G, was that Demetrius Andrade or the Charlo brother, one of the motherfuckers, sent the contract over to him and he declined it. That's the last thing I've heard from Triple G, and we are in 2021, y'all. But I digress on that point. You have guys at the 160 weight division who are all chasing a bag, who are all chasing legacy with Canelo Alvarez, right? But ain't none of these motherfuckers willing to fight each other. And I just don't get it. Can somebody make that shit make sense to me? Because it seems as though to me that these dudes are afraid to lose. Because if they were to go up against a Canelo, who is arguably #1 pound for pound on everybody's list outside of Terrence Bud Crawford, I'm not going to bitch and complain if you got Canelo over Bud, even though Bud is my favorite boxer. Canelo is my second. I'm not going to bitch or complain either way. You know, understand what I'm saying? Because it is subjective. It's your personal fucking opinion. Our opinions aren't definitive. You understand what I'm saying? Which is what I'm going to get into a little bit later on this live when I bring up Roy Jones and what he had to say about Earl Spence Jr. And why are you motherfuckers so sensitive about the shit that he said? But I digress on that point. back to the topic. We got Jamal Charlo, who is a champion. We have Demetrius Andrade, who holds the WBO strap at middleweight, right? 30-0. We have Jamal Charlo again. He's 31-0 with 22 KOs. And these motherfuckers are begging for a fight with Canelo Alvarez. But the last time I checked, I could have sworn I did a video on this, about a couple of weeks ago? Jamal Charlo is the same dude that said he will knock out David Benevidez, who campaigns at 168, who should have been the WBC belt holder had he laid off the fucking tacos and nachos in the chorizo, right? Man couldn't make weight. He lost the title on the weight scale. It is what it is. I love him. I still support him. He's one of my favorite boxers to watch in the sport. Yeah, I said it. And he's Hispanic. For all you motherfuckers that love to come on my page saying your boy E Thriller is racist just because I said some shit that you didn't agree with at the time. It's okay. It's okay. Because I'm the motherfucker that's going to say the shit that needs to be said and that everybody else is scared to say. It's okay. I'm willing to take the hit. Okay? Shit don't bother me at all. It doesn't bother me at all. Because at the end of the day, I am here to make the fights happen that we want to see when we want to see them. But back to the topic. We have guys like Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, and Gennady Golovkin, all in the same division. They are all title holders, but they have yet to face one another. And Jamal Charlo claimed that he would knock out David Benevidez. And when David Benevidez answered the bell, what did Jamal do? He backpedaled. He moonwalked faster than fucking Michael Jackson, RIP. And said, oh, what do you want me to do? Move up to 168? But mind you, he is the same goddamn boxer who just came out the other day and said, I am willing to drop my strap, my WBC belt, for a shot at Canelo Alvarez at 168. Now, can somebody make that make sense to me? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. So you mean to tell me, Jamal, you are willing to move up to 168 to campaign up there? You're willing to drop your belt at 160 pounds, the WBC strap at that, to go face a Canelo, but you won't face a David Benevidez, who you, not him, you called out a couple of months ago. You went on a Brian Custer podcast and said that you would knock his ass out. You would snap his neck, told the man to grow up just because you called him out and he said, I'm willing to make the fight now. And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is the holdup, because both of you are managed by who? Al Heyman in the PBC. He is both of you guys' advisor. So what in the fuck is holding up this fight from taking place? I will wait. I will fucking wait. Because the last time I checked, I've been hearing about this old, this old other side of the street shit. You understand what I'm saying? That came from Earl Spence, right? But both of you guys on the same side of the street and y'all can't make a fight. I wonder why. I wonder why. Who is protecting who from who? I would just love to pose that question. But once again, I'm not just banging on Charlo. This goes for Demetrius Andrade, who showed up, who pulled up at the presser, talking shit to Canelo, trying to demand a fight. Hell, I respect it. I get it. But at the same time, if Canelo telling you ain't fought nobody, then motherfucker, maybe you haven't fought nobody. Maybe you should think about pulling up on Charlo or pulling up on Triple G or pulling up on somebody that is campaigning in your weight class at 160 pounds. Because you talking to me about a fight when I ain't even on your fucking level right now. I'm on an undisputed chase at 168. And my next opponent should be Caleb Plant. And if it isn't Caleb Plant, then who I would love for Canelo to face next, because he also campaigns at 168, is David Benevidez. Yeah, I said it. And I heard Canelo say, oh, I don't want to fight any Hispanic fighters and all that shit. But fuck all that, Canelo. Because if this man, who is supposed to have that strap, had he not ate the nachos, ate the fajitas, ate the tacos at Taco Casa, you understand what I'm saying? Would have been in the gym and more disciplined. Hell, I get it. It's not your fault, Canelo. But if you don't land a fight with Caleb Plant up next, then my man, I would love to see you in there with David Benevidez. I would love to see that fight, because I think David Benevidez has a hell of a shot to the throne, Canelo, with his size, with that jab, with the punches and bunches. You understand what I'm saying? I think he has a legitimate shot. And I don't know why this shit is playing. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Let me pause this shit. Let me pause this shit. Canelo going off right now. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't understand why. Oh, no, I was talking about Benevidez versus Canelo. I think he has a huge opportunity to dethrone Canelo with his size advantage. You understand? He throws punches and bunches. He throws them with bad intentions. You know, the only reluctance I have about a David Benevidez is his defense. But outside of that, it's not like the dude has been getting rocked. Yeah, he's there to be hit, but who knows? Maybe, just maybe, he ain't been showing his whole repertoire. Have y'all guys ever thought about that? So I'm not here to protect David Benevidez or Canelo Alvarez. I would love to see the matchup. Put them in the ring and let's see what the fuck happens. That's what the mindset I'm of, right? But if that fight doesn't happen, then a Caleb Plant fight has to happen for Undisputed. But once Canelo get done with that, once Canelo is done with his undisputed paper chase, right? Because he wants to be the first Mexican boxer to become undisputed at super middleweight, I believe. So once he's done with that, then Canelo has the right to say, you know what? I'm picking and choosing this guy. I'm going to fight you over there. I'm going to fight you over here. Similar to Floyd Money Mayweather, because he is the cash cow. And I know you motherfuckers don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. I'm only here to tell the truth. I'm only here to enlighten you, because I know it's a lot of motherfuckers on YouTube within this boxing community who doesn't want to give Canelo his credit. Hell, I've been critical of Canelo as well. But having said all of that, goddamn, I mean, at least he's the most active boxer in the sport. At least he's fighting more than anybody else in the fucking sport, right? And at least we know exactly what he's trying to do when he's trying to do it. But we can't say the same for these other fighters. We can't say the same, because all of these dudes are chasing him when he ain't thinking about them. And maybe, just maybe, if you were to make some fucking noise by doing what? Fighting each other, maybe Canelo would look your way. You know, maybe, just maybe, if a Jamal Charlo would have took David Benevidez up on that offer and decided to move up to 168 and send him to sleep experts like he do everybody else, then maybe Canelo would have said, you know what? This motherfucker Charlo ain't no joke. Maybe we can sell some fucking tickets with this guy. Maybe he deserves a shot at the pound for pound king. Maybe, just maybe. I don't know. I'm just going to throw that out there. And vice versa. What about Demetrius Andrade? What if he were to go up against a Gennady Golovkin and dominate in impressive fashion, or hell, just win? Who knows? Maybe Canelo will pick you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Why not fight each other? Because it's a lot of fucking candidates out there outside of Canelo Alvarez. That's my entire point of this fucking video. The first half of this video, rather. There's a ton of other fighters outside of Canelo Alvarez. So why not cement your own legacy and create your own fucking lane to get where you want to get to? And hell, maybe, just maybe, you won't need a Canelo down the line. Fuck him. You ain't got to fight Canelo. And speaking of which, I don't understand it, because first of all, you guys are saying that he's ducking you, but then you'll double back and show up to his fights. And I'm just trying to figure out why. Why in the fuck are you saying, oh, I'm a fan of you, Canelo, if you're a Demetrius Andrade? Why has Jermell Charlo been kissing Canelo Alvarez's ass every chance he get lately? Does he think that's going to land him a fight by also shitting on his big brother and Jamal? I mean, you motherfuckers just look weak, man. You look desperate. Why are you showing up to this guy's fight? Because I haven't seen Canelo at none of y'all niggas fights. None of you. Errol Spence, Jermell, Jamal. You know, I think the only person, or the only time I've seen Canelo at any fight was a Ryan Garcia fight. Why? I guess because he's close with him. But outside of that, I don't see Canelo nowhere. Only time I see Canelo is either he's fighting or he's training. He's in the fucking gym at camp, showing us feints and shit, fighting big heavyweights and sending them motherfuckers to sleep. That's when we see Canelo, right? He's a gym rat. But all of you other dudes want to be celebrities. You want to take low risk and get high rewards by fighting these fucking nobodies. Who in the fuck is this Montel dude that Jamal is fighting? I wait. Can somebody send me some footage of the dude that he's fighting? Because I can't find it on YouTube. I can't fucking find it, y'all. Please drop a comment below and let me know if I'm tripping. And Demetrius Andrade, although you did win your last fight, a lot of people feel like you look like shit. I'm not one of them. I say you won at least 8 out of the 4 rounds, but you did get rocked a couple of times, okay? So maybe, just maybe, you need another motherfucking tune-up before you step in there with one of the pound-for-pound kings in Canelo Alvarez. I mean, it's just a thought. It's just a thought. So I don't know why you dudes keep picking and choosing and trying to pick cherries on who you're going to fight and when you're going to fight them and trying to do this whole Floyd Mayweather shit. But hello, you motherfuckers are not Floyd Mayweather. You have to come up with your own material. You know, you understand what I'm saying? You have to be original. Come up with your own catchphrases. You understand what I'm saying? Quit saying you the big fish and all this bullshit, because you're not. You're not. You're not doing 1 million+ pay-per-views, Earl Spence. Neither is Jamal Charlo. Neither is Demetrius Andrade. And the list goes on and on. But Canelo Alvarez, who is the fucking man right now, once again, for those of you who are coming into this video late, Canelo Alvarez, say what you want about him. I didn't like the Yildirim fight. I didn't like the Kovalev fight. I called him out on my channel. Just go back and do your research. Say what you want about this motherfucker, but he is the top dog because they treat him as such. They are at his fights. They are saying that they are fans of him. I never hear Canelo saying he's fans of them. You understand what I'm saying? So they are treating him like he's the king. They are treating him like Floyd Money Mayweather when he was in his heyday, being Money May, picking and choosing who the fuck he wanted to fight. Dudes calling him out every chance they got, not because they knew they can beat him, because they wanted a payday. You want a payday. Shout out to Canelo. That's all it is. And please don't get me wrong. I'm not one to say Canelo is invincible, because I've said it on multiple occasions. He got his ass kicked by Floyd. He lost to Lowry, in my opinion. He also lost to Triple G in that first fight. The second fight was debatable. I felt like Canelo landed the bigger and cleaner, more effective power punches, but Triple G boxed beautifully in the second fight. I'm not mad at I'm not mad at anybody who had it either way. You understand what I'm saying? But for you guys to just sit up here and discredit this man, I mean, goddamn, can we keep that same energy for these other motherfuckers that ain't doing shit out here? Because Demetrius Andrade, this motherfucker got, what, 30-something fights, and he literally has not fought anybody. Nothing. Jamal Charlo, I give him a little bit of credit. He's beat a couple of opponents, but goddamn, it ain't enough in 31 fucking fights, in my opinion. Sure, he dominated Deverchenko. He beat the shit out of him. I liked it. Sure, he dominated, who was it? J-Rock, I believe, a long time ago. But that was a long fucking time ago. What about now? What have you done for me lately? I'll wait. I will fucking wait. Can somebody enlighten your boy E-Thriller? Anybody that's in the chat? And once again, let me get to the chat. Shout out to my boy Rebel Life Boxing. He said, salute, big homie. Salute, big bro. I appreciate you for rocking with me this afternoon, man. I mean, can you help me figure this shit out? Because I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, I get it. Everybody wants to beat the top dog. Everybody wants the big payday. They want the payday. Yeah, I know. Everybody want a shot at Canelo because he isn't invincible. I get that. But if Canelo is picking and choosing on who the fuck he wants to fight, then when are you going to say, you know what? Fuck him. Let me go fight somebody else. Let me go holler at Charlo if I'm Andrade. And if I'm Charlo, let me go holler at Andrade or Triple G. I mean, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? And then if you beat them, then maybe, just maybe, Canelo will give you a look, is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I've been making this same point for Terrence Bud Crawford, haven't I? I said, you know what? What grown man is going to keep chasing another grown man? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not about to do it. My pride is get too goddamn high. I'm not about to chase you, dog, to fight. I'm not about to be showing up at your fights. And I mean, I get the whole showing up at the press conference. I give them credit for that. But I'm not going to keep doing this shit, my man. I mean, you either want to fight or you don't. You either want to fight or you don't. And shout out to my boy David Isaiah. He said, nah, Demetrius Andrade needs to keep pressing for Canelo. Okay, I get that. But in the meantime, in between time, listen to this, David. Just hear me out, bro. I'm not saying you're wrong. We already know Canelo has made it plain and clear on his intentions. His intentions is what? A fight with Caleb Plant. He is on a undisputed chase at 168. I'm not going to fault the man for that. Yeah, we can continue to hold it against him that he ducked them at 154. He ducked them at 160. I've said this on many occasions, numerous occasions. But at some point, the man is still daring to be great. At some point, we have to sit back and say, well, goddamn. I mean, I know he ain't fighting these dudes, but why they ain't fighting each other? I mean, what the fuck is going on over here? This is no different than at 135 with Teofimo Lopez, who went up against Lomachenko. And y'all already know how I feel about Teofimo. I don't like his ass at all. I feel like he is one of, if not the biggest cappers in boxing behind Errol Spence and Tyson Fury. I can throw him in the mix with his capping ass. But outside of that, say what you want about him. He beat a Cormier. Or Cormier, how the fuck you say his name? I don't know. Correct me in the chat. He beat a Lomachenko. You understand what I'm saying? A Nakatani, if I'm not mistaken. So he's took some tough fights. And he's only had, what, 16 or 17, if I'm not mistaken? He's about to go up against George Kambosos. But I digress on that point. You guys get what I'm trying to say. But let me get back to the chat. Rebel Life said, yeah, I get it. I get it. But, man, move on. Right. Facts. I agree. David Isaiah, because none want to fight Andre nor Triple G or Charlo. The zone is blackballing him. Okay. Andre should press other fighters and still press Canelo. I agree with that point wholeheartedly, Rebel Life. I totally agree. Shout out to David John, my boy in the chat. I see ya. He said, E-Thriller is confusing to me. I agree. I mean, we have to at least admit, yeah, we acknowledge that Canelo ducked these guys. I'm not coming up on this live stream to cap for Canelo. I'm not a fucking fanboy at all. Even though he's my second favorite boxer, I have no problem giving him constructive criticism, right? But at the end of the day, we have to keep that same energy for these other guys in or around his weight class. Now, the only one that I feel like legitimately wants to smoke with Canelo is David Benevidez. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. I feel like he don't fear him. I feel like he gonna walk straight to Canelo and try to back him up and throw him off his fucking rhythm. Because if you let Canelo get into that rhythm where he bopping and bopping from left to right, weaving and shit, throwing that left hook to the body, throwing that right straight to the top, or that flick jab followed by the power right hand, because he loads up on all his shots. I mean, you can see the shit coming from a mile away, but these dudes are so fucking scared in the ring of Canelo. They don't want to take a chance of trying to counter him or throw something to the body. I mean, my Lord. The last time I seen Canelo get hit with a body shot was against Triple G. And I'm not being facetious. You understand what I'm saying? But back to the chat I go. Rebel Life said, I heard Canelo turn down 40 M's. Yeah, I heard that. Turn down 40 from who? Was it Andre to Charlo? Was it Andre to Charlo, bro? Let me know. Turn down 40 mil. Okay. Jamal a sucker for saying Andre is blackball. I think Jamal don't want to fight nobody, bro. That's what I honestly think. I'm starting to feel like this dude just want to protect his O, and he ain't really trying to take no chance unless it's against Canelo, because he's going to get a payday, a fucking payday. Yeah, I know. Facts, Canelo. Rebel Life, I made 4 videos on each of their chances against Canelo. Bet. I'm going to check it out. David Isaiah said, it's like for Charlo, he's ducking Benevidez, so fanboys can use that excuse for Charlo, but Andre wants to fight all the 160 champions. Okay, but can I ask this question to you, Mr. David Isaiah? Let me put it to you this way. If Demetrius Andrade really wants a shot at Canelo, he can make a hell of a lot of noise if he were to move up to 168 and challenge David Benevidez. Wouldn't you agree with that? Because I feel like if he can get him out the way, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a fucking expert or a perfectionist, but I believe David Benevidez is #1 in the WBC rankings. So let's just say Demetrius Andrade drops that WBO strap at 160 and moves up to 168 to challenge Benevidez and knocks him off. Then right there, he's already in position to face Canelo. And if Canelo decides to move up to fight somebody at 175, then we're going to say he ducked him again. And that's going to make Canelo look bad. You understand what I'm saying? Just a thought. I could be wrong. Rebel Life said from Android. Okay, damn. So Eddie Hearn was willing to do that? Okay. I heard about it today, but I didn't have a legitimate source, so that's why I didn't mention it in this video, bro. David John said, do you think if Benevidez still would have had the WBC, Canelo would have tried for undisputed at 168? Oh, that's a hell of a question, my brother. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, because Canelo is the same dude that said, and I quote, I don't want to fight any Hispanic fighters. He's on his whole British World Tour beating up on tomato cans over there, right? He doesn't want to fight anybody Hispanic. So if we're going to hold him to his words, then I guess probably not. Probably not, Davy John. But that's a hell of a question, bro. Rebel Life said Charlo 90%, Benavidez 80%, Andre 65%, Plant 55%. Wow. Okay. You got Plant a little bit low. I think Plant can pose some kind of problems, but my thing with Plant, I haven't seen him get hit with a big shot. You understand what I'm saying? And then with Plant also, because I've been doing my research on him just because I know this fight is gearing up to happen sometime in September or later on this year, right? Rebel Life. I have yet to seen him in the bright lights, like under the bright lights, because that moment, I mean, you walking in there with a Canelo or Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao or Anthony Joshua. I mean, the moment can be too big for some guys. You understand what I'm saying? Who haven't been under the bright light. So I don't know how his skill is going to translate in that moment, because once you get into the, I mean, it's all fine and dandy, Rebel Life, before you get into the ring when you're making that ring walk. But once you step inside of that ring and look across that fucking ring, and you see that tank looking at you like Canelo, looking like a fucking man, a machine, you know, cut up from head to toe. Hey, man, it's a different ball game. I'm saying that Floyd Mayweather used to always say it looks different on the outside, right? But once you get in there with me on the inside, I do shit that you ain't prepared for. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling about Canelo right now. So, yeah, I agree with you, man. Plant, I don't know how he gonna react to the bright lights. I don't know. Rebel Life said, oh, okay, y'all just going back and forth. Okay. David said, yeah, I agree with you with Andre needing to move up to challenge David, but Andre will make a name trying to fight the 160 champions. Absolutely. That's what I alluded to earlier in my show. That's basically what this whole live stream is about, my brother. Why not face Charlo if you can? Why not face a fucking Triple G if you can? You understand what I'm saying? Why not face the other guy? I forgot his name. I don't know how to pronounce it. It start with an M, Manata or something. Hold on. Let me pull this shit up. Hold on. We're going to get to the facts, man. Y'all know I like to come with receipts. So let me share this screen real quick with y'all so y'all can see what the hell I was looking at. All right. So here we go. Can y'all see this? Y'all good? Y'all see this shit? Hold on. All right. So let me go back to it. The fuck? Damn, where that shit go? I don't know where that shit went, y'all. Hold on. Well, goddamn, where am I fucking? Y'all just bear with me, man. Let me pull it up. I think the name is Munyata. I don't know how to say his name, but y'all get where I'm trying to go. Like, just fight another fucking champion. Do not wait around on Canelo Alvarez. The same way I've been preaching about these dudes waiting around for a payday when Manny Pacquiao. Fuck Manny. You know, Manny ain't got no belt. Yeah, he gonna come with a lot of clout. Yeah, you're gonna get the pay-per-view numbers that you've been craving. You might get that superstar crossover stardom. But at the end of the day, Manny Pacquiao ain't offering shit. He ain't offering shit but a name right now. You know? And fucking Bob Arum just keep clout chasing. And he keep fooling Bud, making him feel like, oh, the fight is gonna happen. Oh, we got investors. Oh, we doing this. I really just wish Terrence Bud Crawford would go ahead and fight a tomato can. Just go ahead and get your last fight out the way and become a free agent. Hell, move with Eddie Hearn. I don't give a fuck. Do what Canelo is doing. He on a fight-by-fight case basis. Now he's a free agent. He can do whatever the fuck he want to do. Why? Because he took a chance and bet on himself. And that is my message to my favorite boxer, in Terrence Bud Crawford. You for Common Sense is in the chat. He said Plant has absolutely no chance to beat Canelo. The only reason you all saying there's a chance, that is because they are professional boxers, but in actuality, dude gonna get knocked out. Wow. Okay, how many rounds do you see it going? Do you see Plant making it past what Billy Joe Saunders made it past? Or do you see it going possibly a little bit longer? I mean, let me know you for common sense, because you always got something to say. School your boy E Thriller, man. Let me know. Let me know. Talk to me. Rebel Life said, only thing I would say is I doubt Caleb Plant will quit on his stool like Billy Joe. Yeah, Caleb Plant, from what I've seen from him, as far as like looking at his interviews and doing my research on him this past week and a half, he carries himself like a fighter. He don't be capping, you know, he is a little cocky, you know, I get it, but he don't be capping like all these other motherfuckers. You know, he's just like, hey, the fight happened, it is what it is. I ain't scared of Canelo. I'm gonna come in there and I'm trying to win. That's what he basically been saying. So we'll just have to see how that shit plays out. Manuga, okay. Doug Andrade need Charlo because he was their mandatory. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that, my brother. Murata. Okay. I appreciate y'all for looking that up for me, man. I don't know what the fuck going on with my internet shit. David John said, what if PBC high Plant from Canelo? That's a huge possibility because we talking about Papa Al and Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerby. You know, they're going to protect, pardon me, their cash cows at all costs. And Caleb Plant hasn't even scratched the surface of greatness. The man only has what, 17, 20 something fights? I mean, the experience alone favors Canelo by far. But in boxing, the skills pay the bills. So we would just have to see how that fight plays out. Sip of water, man. David also said, hey, y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, man. I know my microphone been tripping on some of my videos. This is a brand new microphone, but I'm trying to get my settings adjusted to where y'all can hear me loud and clear. But David Isaiah said that's why he fought Liam Williams, because Andrade and Manuga was supposed to fight. Oh, okay. Rebel Life said, I disagree. Plant not getting knocked out. Okay. You for common sense, you heard that? He disagree. He said Plant not getting knocked out. I think Plant got a lot of skills, man. I don't understand why everybody is so down on him. I mean, I just don't know if he can take a punch. That's it. You know, and I don't know if he has a lot of dog in him. I will say that. So I have 2 reservations about Caleb Plant going up against Canelo. Well, really 3. I don't know if the lights are going to be too bright. I don't know if he can take a punch. And I don't know if he really packs a punch to keep Canelo off of him. So I have 3 things on my I'm not so sure list when it comes to Caleb Plant. Davy John said, you good, loud and clear. Okay, I appreciate that, my brother. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about, we're going to shift gears. We're going to talk about Roy Jones Jr. because I've been seeing online that this man has been catching a lot of flack about what he said about Errol Spence Jr., you know, and I'm just trying to figure out, why are fight fans so fucking sensitive? I mean, and if anybody has the fucking cachet to say what he want to say, whether it's right or wrong, it is Roy Jones Jr. So I don't want to hear shit about, oh, Roy Jones is just hating. He's been hating on Errol Spence from day one. Now, I'm not a fucking rocket scientist, and I'm not the smartest motherfucker on planet Earth, right? But I want to ask you guys, by a show of hands in my chat, why in the fuck would Roy Jones have to hate on not Terrence Crawford, but Errol Spence? I will wait. I will fucking wait. Take your time. Because we are talking about Roy Jones Jr. We are not talking about no fucking canned tuna. You know, this man is a fucking first ballot Hall of Famer, one of, if not the best pound for pound kings the sport of boxing has ever seen. So I'm getting a little bit offended or offensive when it comes to this talk about Roy Jones Jr. And no, he is not my favorite boxer. Bernard Hopkins, his nemesis, was my favorite boxer of all time. But God damn it, I'm not going to tolerate the slander for Roy Jones Jr. Because again, this man, was in 4-weight divisions, won multiple belts, been pound for pound for God knows how long. Just because he said some shit that y'all did not agree with, that does not classify him as a hater. And I get sick and tired of this dumb shit and this dumbass rhetoric coming from boxing fans because you motherfuckers are so sensitive, or you got your fucking pom-poms and your thongs and your high heels on when it comes to certain fighters, such as Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao. Look at all the fucking videos I did on Manny Pacquiao. Look at the hits I took. Look at how many fucking dislikes I got for telling the truth about Manny fucking Pacquiao. Look at the dislikes. Just because I told the fucking truth. He is the biggest circus and the biggest joke in the sport of boxing right now. Yeah, I said, and I say it again. As a matter of fact, part 3 could be on the way tomorrow. It could be on the way tomorrow. But I digress on that point. But we have to get off of this logic, this elementary ass notion of just because you said some shit that I don't agree with, you are a hater. Why? Can you explain to me why Roy Jones is a hater? Why? Just because he said he wasn't in his top 10 pound for pound? He has a legitimate case. He has a legitimate point when he says that. I mean, this is Roy Jones Jr. we're talking about. You would think he would know what the fuck he's talking about when it comes to boxing. You know, he's said this shit on many occasions, so it's not like he's just flip-flopping and all this shit. He said this on several occasions. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull the video up for those of you who did not hear what the great Roy Jones Jr. had to say. So let me remove this shit. Shit pissing me the fuck off. I mean, I just don't understand why everybody's so sensitive. Like, his opinion is subjective. It's subjective. It doesn't mean it's factual. It's not like he went out of his way to do an interview. I'm pretty sure the reporter came up to him and asked him about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, and he gave his honest opinion. It's his opinion, not yours. So I don't get why you motherfuckers are so butthurt. This is Roy Jones fucking Jr. He can say what the fuck he wants to say, whether you agree or disagree. Doesn't matter. He paid the cost to be the boss. But let me play this video, man.
So it's gonna move on, and that's what we're boxing. Because we don't get these fights when they're at their pinnacle. It's like I heard Dr. J and W. Wilkins talking on TV 2 days ago on NBA channel, and you know what they said? It struck me because always people say you hate. I'm not hating. Just I come from that era where it's not like we don't compete. We want to know who the best. I can't find out the best out of Bird, Magic, W, and Jordan if I put them all on the same team. Sure. They don't want to play together. They want to find out who the best. Whether they don't want a championship or they do win, they don't care. They want their team to be there in the running against your team and your team and your team. But they was the leaders of their team. They didn't go join with another leader. Larry wasn't going to play with Magic. Larry wasn't going to play with Doc. Doc wasn't going to play with Magic. You understand me? Now you can take Cooper and these other guys that Magic and built up. It's like you take Bill Whittington and Billy Rodman that these guys built up. And you take the whole squad that they built around Isaiah Thomas and Bill ain't Bill. I mean, you get the whole squad, you build it up. You feel me? That's how teams were born back in the days. You don't take this superstar murdering together. These two superstars want to know who the best out of them. You understand me? So it's like when you're in boxing, this was hurting the sport. This guy goes over here, this guy goes over here. He says, I'm going to stay over here and do this. I'm going to do that. No, that's not what sports is about. Sports is about competition. This is a humble world. You understand me? This is a humble world. My family, I know me so hard. They killed me every night because I just want to try it. Just because I know he ain't better. But you know, I would say you do good, but you ain't better. You better if you want. So, brother, how you doing? You all good? Excuse me one second. Good to see you. You too. All right. How big is me not to? You want to fight everybody. Everybody that you walk out. Give me the boy. I got really moment back there, you know?
Right. Just on Sugar Hill, two big guys who seem to be almost.
Okay, so what part of that video, y'all please enlighten your boy E-Thriller. What part of that video did Roy Jones come off as hating? I'll wait, because he basically said the best want to see the best go up against the best. The fight fans want to see the best go up against the best. What is the crime in saying that? What is the crime in saying that? I don't get it.
Welcome to Rebel Life
I don't
Boxing.
fucking get it.
Boxing.
Hold on. Shout out to my boy Rebel Life. I don't know why it's going to your video, man, but I'm going to definitely check it out. But yeah, why is it a crime? I'm just trying to figure out. Let me get back to this chat. He moves too well. He's not sloppy as Billy Joe. Okay. Okay. Fact. He earned the right. He's legend. Rebel Life said the Spence heads. Hold on. Let me take this off real quick. The Spence heads think otherwise. Yeah, man. I just don't understand it. Like, why can't nobody say nothing about Errol Spence? Why can't we call a spade when it comes to Errol Spence? I'm just trying to figure out. Why is he untouchable? Why is he above reproach? I don't get it. And did you see Roy's demeanor? Like, he just like, oh no, like I can feel what he's saying because I've been saying this shit ever since I've been on YouTube. Because I'm only here to try to clean up the sports to make sure we get the fights we want to see when we want to see them. But it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost. Motherfuckers call you a racist. Motherfuckers say you're biased. Motherfuckers say you hating. Just because your opinion is different than theirs? Really? Really? I mean, I just don't get it. Like, when did we become so sensitive? Why do I have to be a racist for telling the truth, for telling my truth, giving you guys my honest opinion? And most of the shit that I say, in my personal opinion, are facts because I come with receipts. So Roy Jones saying what he said about Errol Spence should probably listen. Because maybe they looking at him a certain way, like, hey, my man, you not no throwback fighter. You know, because y'all can say what y'all want about Roy. You can call him a hater. You can say this and that and all the other third shit, right? But one thing we cannot say about Roy Jones Jr. was that he wasn't great and that he dug smoke because he fought everybody he could have fought. Even when he got his ass kicked, guess what? He ran it right back and got knocked out. You understand what I'm saying? He took risk. He dared to be great. Can we really say the same about Errol Spence? Because everybody keeps telling me, oh, he's doing all this heavy lifting. Oh, really? So fighting Danny Garcia, who I like to call Backwoods because he gets smoked every fucking time he fight. Danny Backwoods Garcia. Beating up on Danny Garcia, who hasn't done shit at 147. That's heavy lifting. Oh, but what about Sean Porter, the man with no land that Errol Spence said? He's a man with no land. Right? What about him? Didn't Errol Spence say he was going to knock him out? Didn't Errol Spence say he was easy work? Didn't Errol Spence say he would do things a lot better than what Adrian Broner did against Sean Porter? But did he do that? Not really. Fight was close. Some people had Sean Porter winning the fight, even with the 11th round knockdown. Now, I gave it to Errol Spence after that because I had it a 10-8 round. But some people want to see him run it back with Sean Porter. I'm just saying. And let's rewind time some more. Before he fought Sean Porter, who did he fight? Mikey Garcia, who was on the pound-for-pound list at the time. I give him credit for that. But who coming into that fight really said that Errol Spence had the possibility of losing to little fucking Mikey Garcia? I wait. I fucking wait. As a matter of fact, if anybody, an Errol Spence fanboy, want to come on and rock with me, give me your opinion, tell me what the fuck I'm saying wrong, I ain't going to take it personal. I'll listen to you. I'll hear you out. I'll drop the link in the fucking chat right now. I'll drop it right now because I want to know. School me because I don't claim to know everything. I just try to stick to the fucking facts. That's it. But let me continue on this point. He fought Mikey Garcia. Nobody said going into that fight it was a 50-50 fight. Everybody knew Errol Spence had the size advantage. Everybody was saying Errol was going to stop him. Everybody, hell, even Errol said, I can't believe this fight is really happening. I think Mikey Garcia is crazy. You understand what I'm saying? And what did Errol do in that fight? He landed the jab all night. He controlled the range and distance. He kept him at bay with the jab. He ripped him to the body, but for the most part, he never hurt him. He never rocked him. He never sent them to sleep. Experts. What happened to man down? I mean, I'm just spitting facts. Tell me where I told a lie. Tell me where I told a lie, y'all. Isn't that the truth? And he fought a fucking Lamont Peterson. I mean, don't make me fart. Lamont Peterson was beyond washed up. Washed. But y'all want to sit up here and throw this man's resume around like it's fucking Hall of Fame first ballot? I think not. But I don't know who's buying that shit that y'all selling, but I ain't buying that shit. Not on my channel. I'm not falling for the D Wade pump fake because, again, I know it's coming. I'm just going to slide my feet and put my hands up and let you shoot this shot. I'm not falling for the fucking pump fake, Dwayne. So you guys can keep running around with this bullshit ass narrative about Errol Spence. He's fought all these Hall of Famers. He's doing all this heavy lifting when, in fact, he hasn't fought no fucking body. And, oh, I forgot about Kell Brook. The same Kell Brook who moved up to, what was it, 154 or 160, if I'm not mistaken, to challenge a Triple G, got his fucking eye socket broke, didn't really have enough time to permanently heal from that injury. And he took a fight with Errol Spence. It was his fucking fault. I agree. That's not Errol Spence's fault. But at the end of the day, the man wasn't the same fighter. Triple G destroyed his fucking face. So how much credit should I really give Errol Spence for beating a Kell Brook? Because you guys are the same guys that turn around and say, hey, Terrence Crawford fought a fucking washed up, weight drained Kell Brook. Well, goddamn, Kell Brook had just came off of eye surgery going up against Errol Spence. You see how that shit works? You see how that shit works, y'all? But I digress. So the point I am trying to make to all of you fucking fanboys who are so emotional and so sensitive whenever Roy Jones speaks his opinion about Errol Spence or anybody for that matter, why are y'all so mad? This is coming from a Hall of Famer, and he is not the only one who has been critical of Errol Spence in the way that he has been moving. The great James Toney has also said that Errol Spence can't fight for shit. You understand what I'm saying? And he picked Terrence Crawford. So it's something. It has to be something that is rubbing these older fighters, the older generation, the wrong way when it comes to Errol Spence Jr. What it is, I don't know, but I'm not going to say that they're hating because at the end of the day, they have accomplished far more shit in their career than Errol Spence has up until this point. In fact, I'm willing to go out on a limb to say that he ain't going to do shit that Roy Jones or James Toney did. Yeah, I said it. And I ain't fucking stutter. I say what I mean and I mean what I say, y'all. I'm not playing with this shit. But let me get back to the chat. David Isaiah said, Danny Garcia was the mandatory for Terrence Crawford, but clearly he didn't want to fight Terrence. That's why Mean Machine and Terrence fought. Okay. I don't remember hearing about that, bro. I'm going to have to do my research about that, but I do know he was offered a $3 million deal to fight Terrence Crawford, and they never heard back from him. That's according to Top Rank, Bob Arum, and Terrence Crawford himself. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I dropped the link in the chat if anybody want to come on and rock with me, man, before I get off. Y'all just click on that link, man. Come on and get busy. But I just want to know from y'all, did y'all have a problem with what Roy Jones had to say? Because I didn't. David Isaiah said it's on the WBO records. Okay. I'll be sure to check that out, bro. I'll be sure to check it out. But in conclusion, like I say, man, we just got to get off of this bullshit. First thing we need to get off of in the sport of boxing is chasing Canelo and chasing Manny Pacquiao. Those are the first two things. The third thing y'all need to do is so fucking sensitive when Roy Jones says something about your favorite fighter or whoever, hell, even if it's me. And I got somebody trying to come on with me. Hold on. Yo, you live on the chat. Will you Thriller talk to me?
What's going on, brother?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Hey, man, another day. Man, I don't have a problem with what Jones said at all. I don't know where you left off at, but I was in the comment section on. I left a comment on Blue Blood, and you got to bring these guys full circle to what transpired. How in the world? And I know it's for money, so I know the question that I'm asking. But at the same time, if it was about legacy, if it was about the best being the best, which a lot of the Errol Spence fans act as if that's what the case is. Are we talking about Errol Spence and Bud Crawford?
Yeah, we was kind of talking about that, what Roy Jones had to say. Yeah, go ahead, man. Make your point.
Yeah. So the problem that I have is that you got to bring these fans full circle and understand from the jump. First of all, Errol Spence was not a cash cow, and he's not a cash cow now. If you really talking about cash cow, I mean he's worth something, but he's not a cash cow. He definitely wasn't when when Terrence was calling him out. There was nothing to be built. There was nothing to build. That fight should have happened just as, Devin Alexander fought Timothy Bradley when they were at the top, or they were on their way to trying to see who was the best. They fought each other, and that was it. They fought and they got it over. You know what I mean? That is what Terrence was looking for when he called out Errol Spence. But when Mikey called out Errol Spence, he immediately got a fight. Immediately. And got a 50-50 split. Mikey Garcia has never fought anyone. So I spoke to the point, leaving a comment saying, hey, you got to think about this full circle. How in the world did Mikey Garcia get a fight before Terrence Crawford? Terrence Crawford called out Errol Spence way before Mikey even dared to be great and do that thing. And I don't even think it was him trying to be great. I think he did that for the same point in what Kell Brook escaped Errol Spence the first fight. He went up and went to fight Triple G to avoid fighting Errol Spence. I know it sounds silly, but I mean, you got when you go back and revisit what Kell Brook did, he didn't do that. He tried to do that to prove it. See, I'm not scared. I went all the way up to fight Triple G. No, you were scared. You didn't want to lose to this up-and-coming fighter who been calling you out aggressively. Man. You didn't want to lose that to Errol Spence. So that's why you jumped up. But I digress. You got to think about the fact that Errol Spence immediately fought Mikey Garcia right after he had his fight with Lipnitz. And nobody's calling him out for that, man. Terrence Crawford moved up for Errol Spence. Errol Spence refused to fight him. Now, I ain't gonna say that Errol Spence, he fought everybody because he fought a lot of guys at 147 that's worth anything because he's on that side. He still hasn't fought Thurman. But he fought everybody that he could fight. So that's the only point that I see that the Errol Spence fans make. But hey, at the end of the day, Roy Jones, he's a legend. He see that little BS that you did, that Errol Spence did in avoiding Terrence Crawford, man. He sees that. It's not that he really truly believes that he didn't fight anybody. He fight only people that he has at his disposal. Man, he can't just Thurman obviously don't want to fight nobody. Thurman's the real enemy. Thurman's the real enemy, but it's definitely not Terrence.
He started it. That's why I'm so hard on Errol Spence, because I was on Errol Spence's side with Keith Thurman and said, boy, you ain't fought nobody. You ain't done nothing. Right. Oh, I'm looking at the young boy. He coming up in the ranks. We'll get to it when we get to it. But for right now, I'm trying to fight Sean Porter. When he was saying all that little cap and shit, I was with Errol Spence. I'm like, whoa. Motherfucker, you got a belt. He coming up. Why not give him a chance? Give him the opportunity. There's no barrier. There's no promotional barrier. So why aren't you fighting him? But to see Errol Spence turn around and do the exact same thing with Terrence Bud Crawford, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
But shout out to Rebel Life Boxing. Let me bring him on the chat. Yo, Rebel Life. Speak your piece, bro.
Salute, fam.
What's up, bro?
Hey,
how you doing?
I'm good, man. Hey, man. What I think is, though, remember when Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, when they had that little when they pulled up on each other, I think Errol Spence's body language was off, bro. I was looking at that shit, bro. It looked like he was a little nervous, bro, because he was looking past Bud and started talking to Bud homeboy. Bud like, yo, don't talk to him, talk to me. When a dude do that, I mean, he a little nervous, man, when I see shit like that.
So
can I say something to that? Oh,
yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, bro. I got on that video where this guy was actually breaking that situation down, and I left a comment saying, man, I feel like Terrence Crawford, he real, and he's a gentleman at the same time. He's like, you can see Errol Spence trying to make it a hood thing, man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say it just like that. He tried to be real hood where they try to make an altercation out of it. That's why those guys that walked up on Terrence Crawford during that fight with Danny Garcia, the way that they were acting was really on some like some real, I don't want to say hood because look, I'm from around the way, and I don't want to push around no stereotype, but man, they tried to really get gruff with this guy, like hey, we some real niggas, and I feel like Errol Spence didn't carry himself like a gentleman in that situation, man. I mean, this brother is not bringing out no ignorant stuff about you. He ain't coming at you sideways, but like, yeah, I feel like that was that anxiety. I don't feel like Errol Spence is scared of Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
Personally, but I feel like that anxiety, feeling like you finna have to fight him right here. Man, Terrence wasn't coming at you like that, brother.
Right.
Terrence wasn't coming at you like that, brother. He was coming at you from a like, hey, that's what fighters do. They call each other out, man. And Terrence got that masculinity about him, and he's not about to, he got that realness in him, like, and he had, look, man, come on, man, cut all that little clown shit out. Look at me, I'm talking to you. He tried to clearly, like, brothers that from around the way, they know what Errol Spence tried to make that. So he tried to turn that situation into something adverse.
Yeah. Bud seems like a no nonsense kind of guy, so I didn't take that situation as him playing. He was just trying to make a fight. That's it.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Rebel Light, make your point, bro.
Then, like, I had made a video and I was saying how early on, man, Bud was throwing, like, he was letting everybody know he really wanted to smoke, because it was a video he was out when he was driving his whip and he was burning out the tires and shit. And if you look at it, he basically saying, tires are smoking. He like, look, I'm here. I want to smoke.
I remember.
And then, Errol kept saying he get a belt, and then he got the belt. That shit was just bothering me, bro. And then when he said, what fight was it? After the Danny Garcia fight, I just want to go enjoy my animals and shit. I ain't really like that, bro.
But my thing is this: why didn't he tell Mikey Garcia to go get a belt at 147 before he gave him an opportunity to fight?
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. I mean, that whole telling Terrence Bud Crawford to go do this or you ain't did that goes all the way out the fucking window, because you gave a guy that came up from 2 weight classes with no fucking resume at 147 a chance to fight you for a belt.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's my thing with Errol Spence. But let me bring somebody else on. Bold. I'm gonna let him make his point, y'all. Live on the chat with you, bro.
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
Good. Go ahead and make your point, bro.
Hey, here's my thing, man.
Hey, one thing, you might have to mute your audio because I can hear my echo.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
All right, here's my thing, man. I think they all scared of Bud, man. And I don't mean like scared to not fight him. I just think they scared of the embarrassment, because a lot of these dudes try to make a name for themselves, and I guess they feel as though if they take that loss, they value is going to go down, and they're not going to be where they was trying to go at the beginning. And my thing is this: it's like you can still build your name up even if you take an L. I mean, look at Canelo. Canelo built his name up. Yeah, granted, it was against Floyd Mayweather, but 2 fights after that, some people thought he lost to Lara, right? And let's just say if he did lost to Lara, it still didn't stop his stock. His stock just kept rising because he's fighting. Just keep fighting, to be honest with you,
right,
and whatnot. And I just think when it comes to Spence, I just think he feels as though Terrence right now is just a little bit too polished for me to take that chance with him and whatnot. I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
Oh, I feel the same way. You know me. I'm not sure if you're new to my channel, but I got an 8-part series on why Errol Spence.
I came on your channel. I was on there with you the other day, man.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Okay. Already. I agree with you, man. What does somebody else have to say about that? Hold on. I don't know why I keep muting y'all, bro. I ain't trying to mute y'all.
I had something to say about that one. And I think that it's just like Kavalauskas. That guy ain't never getting a fight again. He's never going nobody, because I think that guy Green Machine, I think he I think that he would do well against a Danny Garcia. I think he would do well against a. I think he would give a lot. I think he'd give some of those guys on PBC side some trouble as well. But I think that the welterweight division are trying to make an example out of Terrence Crawford. They thought that maybe we get him out of here. I feel like they thought they'd get him out of there with Felix Diaz. They thought that Felix Diaz was going to be real tricky for Terrence, and Terrence wasn't going to be able to beat him. They thought, hey, we're gonna do away with him. We ain't gonna have to worry about him no more. They see that they failed with that, and now, I feel like anybody, because he said the brother said basically, that he would anybody that fights him, it's gonna bring down their stock. How could that be? How could that be? How could they do something like that if Terrence Crawford he's considered the number one pound for pound? No, they tried to make an example out of him, just like they got Delorme fighting all these tough guys out of nowhere. You know what I mean? They had him fight. As soon as he came to 147, he fought this big ass dude, man. Like it was a brother with braids. He came in there and he fought this big old dude. And I mean, I don't know if he won that fight. I think he lost that fight. But he damn near got knocked out. Then he just fought this other guy. Like they trying to take all of Terrence Crawford's I feel like they would take all of Terrence Crawford's opponents that he fought and make them look like they were nothing. You know what I'm saying? Look, I think that's why I feel like Benevidez would have been. He could have still stayed in the game, even with the leg or whatever, man. Right? Because he was fighting good. I think he would definitely beat the Danny Garcia. I don't think Danny Garcia can beat anybody.
Benevidez
literally nobody.
12 rounds, basically. Took him 12 rounds. I mean, he took 12 rounds. I mean, so before he got knocked out.
Yeah, I honestly feel like they trying to make an example out of Bud, so much so that they will avoid avoid Green Machine. You know, they have or what's his name? Mean Machine or Green Machine?
Yeah, Mean Machine. I think people say Green Machine to make fun of it.
Yeah. Do y'all think that Kavaleski can give those guys? I think Kavaleski can give what's the guy with the belt right now that Errol Spence is about to fight, the Cuban.
Ugas.
I believe he can give Ugas a problem. You know what I mean? But they avoid him just to try to make the point that Terrence ain't fought nobody. Listen, they are really, like what the brother said, it'll bring down their stock. You know what this guy reminds me? I think he reminds me of Tarver, man. You know, Terrence. He reminds me of Antonio Tarver, what they did to him. They try to keep him out the way. You know, they tried to keep that brother out the way. They didn't want him fighting after they seen what happened with him and Roy Jones, you know. They didn't want or Guillermo Rigondeaux. You know, Guillermo Rigondeaux couldn't, after he beat up the Filipino Flash, they were like, everybody stay away from him. Leo, Santa Cruz, Frampton, everybody avoided the hell. Tried to wait until Guillermo Rigondeaux got older than what he is already. And they tried to avoid him. I think they're going to do the same thing with Terrence Crawford, man. And anybody that lose to him, man, he's going to be lower than low. You know, I feel like they really have an agenda against Terrence Crawford, man.
Definitely. I think it could be that Al Haymon and Mayweather are just trying to, they playing chess right now. They're trying to see if they can lure him in over to the PBC. But let me ask somebody else on the stream, y'all. You for common sense.
What's up, man? Y'all wrong.
My brother, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
Y'all wrong, man.
Go ahead. Speak your piece.
Man, Errol Spence pulled up to that fight when they was backstage talking shit. He pulled up to that fight looking for Terrence, y'all. If y'all looked at the video footage from before they went backstage when they was in the crowd, Terrence pulled up on Errol pulled up on Terrence, dude. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all gotta look at all the videos, not just that one video. And I'm not gonna say that he was nervous. I feel like he was there by himself around a whole bunch of niggas that weren't on his team. So of course he's gonna be looking around.
He wasn't by himself.
No, he wasn't by himself.
Yeah, he had his boys with him.
He had his boys with him, bro. He wasn't by himself.
Well, I'm not gonna say just because he was looking all around and talking to the dude behind him. I mean, the nigga was talking shit. So Errol was like, okay, what? He talking shit. He can't fight. So what you talking for? So I don't think that's the point to say like that dude was nervous. Like I don't think either one of them was nervous. I feel like the only issue with that is that Al Haymon was sitting up there bullshitting. You see, my only issue with that video, y'all seen how they was trying to ask Al Heyman questions about the fight. He's sitting up there smiling and laughing and giggling and
You mean
shit.
Bob Arum?
Like,
Hey man,
Bob Arum.
who
Yeah,
is
Al
Al
Heyman,
Heyman, bro?
we ain't
I
seen
don't
Al
know.
Heyman.
Does
I
he
don't know how
exist,
long.
bro? I seen one picture of that dude. Who is this Al Heyman, bro? I ain't
Hold
never.
on.
Let me make this point. But none of these fighters are scared to fight each other, y'all. Y'all gotta stop saying they are not scared. Ain't nobody on PBC scared of Terrence, and Terrence ain't scared of none of them niggas.
So why won't the
Terrence
fight
Crawford,
happen?
listen, hold up. Terrence
Go ahead.
Crawford and Errol Spence can get in a fight at a bar tonight. It's not up to them to make the fight. It's the people behind the scenes and the networks. These fighters
that.
can't make decisions, and they don't do the damn offering. If you on the
I
stable,
agree.
if Terrence Crawford can be the most popular pound for pound pay-per-view star in history, he can't offer nobody shit. He's a fighter. He not like Mayweather where he got his own shit. He signed to somebody. Then you got to think Al Heyman. I don't think Errol Spence and them is like scared of him. I think Al Heyman and them trying to freeze Terrence out because they don't fuck with Al Heyman. I mean, they don't fuck with Bob Arum. I think they freezing Terrence out. Like after Terrence get out of this contract, if he leaves Top Rank, then he gonna start getting the fights he deserves. But I feel like as long as he with Bob Arum, he not gonna get them fights, bro.
That's
And I
true.
feel like they freezing him out. And I feel like they might have tried to get Sean Porter to go on a dummy mission and fight Terrence Crawford, but I feel like that shit somebody told I think Al Heyman probably told Sean don't even fuck with it. So
Hey, can
Why
I
you
say
think he
something?
told him not to?
huh?
Can I say
Why
something
you
real quick?
think? Why you think they told him not to fight? Told
Because they trying to freeze
Porter
Terrence
not
out.
to.
I don't think they fucking with Bob Arum. They're not trying to share money with Bob Arum.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Bo. On you.
Here's my thing, man. If they don't fuck with Bob Arum, then why are they trying to make the Wilder versus Fury 3 fight? Isn't that what Bob Arum? I mean, they making these fights. To me, I get it. Yeah, promoters promote fights, but at the end of the day, if the fighters don't want to fight each other, they'll just make excuses. Like, I mean, we talking about we going from 60-40 to 70-30 or whatever we decide to give them, or I'm a 80-20 a nigga. You know, all these excuses that he come up, cows and chickens, everything. Like, you know, same thing I see with people freezing out Andre on the PBC. You see Jamel Charlo talk about, yeah, I'm gonna blackball him. I'm gonna blackball him. Like these people like so caught up in their personal feelings that they think they being, you know, they got power by saying they're gonna blackball and freeze people out. But in actuality, they ain't even trying to fight these dudes because they know, oh shit, this is a chance I could really, you know, look really bad in this fight or possibly lose. And now I'm not making this money that I'm trying to make.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And I do
Yeah, I
think
have to get
I done
behind
been
that
on
too.
this. I done been on this channel before, and I done told him I do think that Errol is ducking Terrence, but I don't feel like he ducking him from a point where he's scared to fight him. They doing it more strategic to where they don't want to share no money with Bob Arum. But I feel like the heavyweight division is like so different than all the other divisions. I feel like that's why Tyson Fury and them fighting. But because if you think about it,
But you know what though?
Wilder is literally probably the only person on PBC that can just get a fight with somebody on Top Rank. That's why I say it got to be something different going on with the heavyweight division.
But what happened with Felix Diaz? Felix Diaz was had a lot to offer the sport. But I mean he was on PBC and Terrence Crawford was
When
on.
was that fight? What year?
I'm not sure of the year, but that definitely was a PBC fight.
Because I'm thinking about now, like I'm talking about like right now over the past year or two, they have not been trying. They trying to freeze out Terrence. Like the past 3 years, they are going to freeze out Terrence. They will
Oh
not
yeah,
give him.
I don't know if you heard me, but I agree. I have to get behind you on that one when it says that when you said that they're trying to freeze them out. I definitely agree with that. I believe that it's an equal it's an equal thing, you know, that they're trying to kind of, you know, like you say, freeze out Terrence Crawford. I get behind that. I'm just saying for the point of them not trying to share the money. Listen, that fight was made. I mean, I hear you, but it's a Terrence Crawford situation which is what you're saying as well. So we still in agreement. I'm just, especially on the not scared thing. It's money to be lost, and when it comes to Terrence Crawford, there's money going to be lost so far as your stock going down for losing to Terrence Crawford because of this agenda that these promoters have picked up. You know what I mean? These promoters have picked up a diabolical plan, I believe, against Terrence Crawford, and
I agree too.
it's working. It's working.
And I feel like Terrence has more power than he lets himself have. He just lets shit happen. He don't take heed. This nigga done talking about something. He gonna fucking retire, nigga. What? Why you letting him do that shit to you, fucking idiot? That nigga retarded. He like letting him do this shit to him. Like, you need to say something, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Yeah.
Well,
I think he should fight.
That's not his personality, though, bro. At some point, we're going to have to realize Terrence Crawford is not with the rah-rah shit. As much as I want him to come out and cuss out Bob Arum and buy himself out his contract, it don't look like it's going to happen. It don't look like it's going to, because that's not his style.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's his style either.
But let me get back to this super chat real quick, y'all. JD Vonka said, I don't know what he's doing here. Facts. EJ did say that.
Oh yeah, let me say something about that.
Hold on real quick, bro. Let me get to the super chats real quick. All right. He said, who is Crawford fighting next? I have no idea. That's a good question. D-Town Blaster says Spence don't want Bud, point blank. Okay. He said Crawford is my favorite fighter, but no one with decent record will fight him. The man is good. Yeah, man. It's looking rough for Bud. So why won't anyone get in the ring with Bud? Why they price themselves out when Bud name come up? It's a hell of a question, D-Town Blaster. D-Town Blaster said, E-Thriller, where your super chat button? I want to support the channel. I got to get up to 1,000 subs, bro. I'm halfway there. So I can't get the super chat yet. Davy John said he's a Spence head. Who you talking about, bro? He said, what video he watched? Because I seen Bud pulled up on Earl twice. Okay. He also said, what does the year matter? Say something like what? When Felix Diaz versus Crawford fought was in 2017. All right, y'all. Y'all can go ahead and make y'all points again.
Well, they're saying they keep saying I am an Errol Spence fan. Before he tried to do the super chat, I was gonna say I do think that Terrence, that Errol is trying to duck Terrence in the sense that he don't want to take that L and he is hesitant to fight him because I think I'm an Errol Spence fan. I think Terrence is actually going to beat Errol. I think he's going to beat Errol convincingly, and that's just I just don't see it. I don't see
that.
Errol.
See that? I don't feel that way. I feel like I honestly, even how big of a fan I am of Terrence, I don't see Terrence beating Errol Spence at this point.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean?
I don't. I don't mean to cut you off. Who is this coming from?
It's Chosen.
Okay, Chosen. Okay, go ahead.
I if you don't mind me interjecting, I know you was talking, brother. Okay, I don't believe that. I don't believe that Terrence will be able to get him at this point, man. Terrence. I think that he gonna come in there. This is how I visualize it. I feel like it's gonna. I don't feel like he gonna get knocked out, but I feel like it's gonna be a pressing fight for him. I feel like Errol will find that body and keep pushing him back, keep pushing Terrence back. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like will happen in a fight with because I feel like Errol Spence, his style, that Frankenstein style that he got. You know, he does have a nice little jab. It's not nice, but it can get him in there. And if he get that front foot in there in the middle and Terrence goes back at all, I feel like he's gonna be coming straight down the pipe with that straight left to the body, no matter if he switch or not. That's what I feel that will happen in the later rounds. I feel like Terrence will definitely get some rounds, but I feel like Errol Spence will press him out. You know, don't flash out on me, y'all. Don't flash out on me.
I respect your opinion, bro. Everybody got their own opinion.
When has Errol Spence went against somebody that can knock him out with literally one punch in their prime?
He hasn't.
Terrence can beam his ass up. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
What type of punch though?
And I'm just going.
Any
I'm
punch,
just,
bro.
I'm just thinking about. I'm
Body.
just thinking about after that car accident. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to probably side with Terrence a little bit. Then after all this shit Terrence done been through, I just don't think. I think his pride not gonna let him lose. I think Terrence got more to lose than Errol.
Hey, yo, Rebel, go ahead and make your point, bro. Go ahead. It's on you.
Honestly, man, I've been saying for a long time, man. I think Errol Spence probably could edge out Bud in a fight, but I think, man, I think that shit gonna be a draw, bro. I think that shit gonna that shit gonna be a war. I think it's gonna be a lot of body. They're gonna be like phone boofing a lot, but it's not gonna look the way. It's not gonna look how Sean Porter. It's not gonna be sloppy like that. It's gonna be more. Them motherfuckers gonna be going at it, bro. Somebody gonna drop or somebody gonna get you. Both of them gonna be fucked up in that fight. You're gonna see some knots on some faces. Trust me.
Yeah, I think that Terrence is going. I mean, Spence from the in the last few rounds, like man, in the last rounds, he gonna press him out with starting at the body, probably just throwing something to make him shield up top, and because if you look at the way Errol Spence, the old Errol Spence was before he fought Danny Garcia. I mean, ain't really no old Errol Spence, but I would say he can cover a lot of distance. You know what I mean? With that crazy ass jab, and he just steps in, and he act like he don't feel shit. You know what I mean? So sometimes, like Terrence, Kell Brook was catching. Kell Brook's sharp as hell. He was sharp when he was fighting Terrence, and he was Kell Brook was doing really, really good. But I feel like that same thing could happen against Terrence Crawford in the later round. I think he's gonna get pressed out. I really feel like he's gonna press him out once he start, because I think he's gonna get Terrence Crawford to shield up while he on the ropes.
They need to do a trilogy.
You think it's I don't.
That fight is gonna be like on a Triple G / Canelo type shit, to where we're gonna have to see it at least twice.
Hey, I personally think Terrence was smoking, man. And reason why I say that.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut y'all. Who is this coming from?
This is bold.
Okay, go ahead.
I think Terrence was smoking. The reason why is because we saw that Sean Porter and Errol Spence. Sean Porter was giving Errol Spence the business, and this is the guy Errol Spence called easy route, or let me go knock him out. And Sean Porter, they was in the phone booth and they was going at it. It was nice, but Sean Porter, a lot of times he be slapping his punches, so it really ain't had that much effect on Errol Spence. But he was taking it to Errol Spence in that fight. And then when Errol Spence fought against Kell Brook before that, you got to remember Kell Brook, like you said earlier, Thriller, is he was coming off like 7 months prior to fighting Triple G, dropping down 2 weight classes. And then the only thing that really failed him, even though it was a good fight, competitive fight, was just, the eyesight, the bone. You know what I'm saying? He just broke another orbital bone. Other than that, Kell Brook was on his way of winning that fight. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I think somebody like Terrence Crawford, he's a sharper puncher. He's definitely more sharper puncher than Sean Porter. If they in a phone booth, I don't think Terrence Crawford is gonna sit there and be like a rock'em sock'em robot. You know what I'm saying? You hit me, I hit you. He's gonna give Errol Spence a lot of angles. You're gonna give him something to think about. Now, there is a good chance Errol Spence could knock him out. But personally, I think it'll be a unanimous decision. I think Terrence will just smoke him. That's just my opinion.
I'm gonna say one thing. Only thing I will say though, Terrence Crawford's chin, it still kind of look like questionable, man. Errol Spence's chin is much more proven, so that's the only thing I'm a little concerned about with them. So that's what I mean. I think Bud will probably get hurt before Errol will in that fight, though.
I mean, when y'all got to think about what we have to judge them on, right? When have we seen Terrence in a 50-50 fight to where it's like he can 100% lose and he can 100% win? We haven't seen Terrence Crawford at high level competition because Bob Arum keep feeding them these poo-poo pee-wee ass niggas that we know.
I would say, hey, my rebuttal. Hey, I don't mean to cut you off. You've common sense, but my rebuttal to that at the time, it was Gamboa. at the time, because coming into that fight, a lot of people were picking Gamboa, even though he was coming off a long layoff to beat Bud. But go ahead.
I mean, I feel like that's because I don't know. I feel like it might be because of the race thing. I'm just saying, anytime a top black fighter go against somebody that's not black, a lot of people bandwagon and say that black fighter gonna lose. I mean, I feel like
I mean, I thought Gamboa was black. I mean, is he not black?
nah, he mixed. Ain't it? Mixed people ain't black to me.
Cuban.
They just go more towards their black side because you know the other side don't really accept them like that, and our race are dominant.
But you said they mix. People are not black, right? So they mix. Are they mixed with black?
Yeah, they mix with black, white, Asian, whatever the hell else they mix with.
Right. So they gotta have a black side into them somewhere, right?
Yeah, but they not black though.
Who you talking about? You for common sense?
Even in slavery, the mixed people were treated differently than blacks. They had black people. They were still treated differently than us. I mean, I feel like the only reason why they viewed as black is because we have the dominant gene. When black people come on and we have sex with other races, they look more so black. No matter what the race is, they look more so black because we have the dominant gene. And I just don't feel like that's a reason to call them black. I mean, they're not black, they mixed. I feel like that's their own race.
Brother, when you gotta look up in the man, when a woman has a baby, it says you're 99.9% the father. You know, when it's your father. But you are what your father is what I'm telling you. You are whatever your father is, you know. And the way that brother fought, the way that brother Gamboa fought his ass off, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? He don't matter, you know, black, white, you know, Gamboa is a tough opponent. And, you know, I don't know what point y'all trying to make, but I believe that you are what your father is. That's what I truly believe. You are what your father is. But besides all that, Gamboa, hey, he tough even with these young guys, man. You know, Tank was the only one to pretty much jack him up, but he was basically an injured deer, man. You know, he was injured in Tank. It took a long time to Tank. So, man, I think that Terrence Crawford, you know, that was a tough fight for Terrence Crawford. But no, what about Victor Foster? What about that fight?
I mean, I'm talking about Terrence going against pound for pound all time great competition. I know people that's great.
Arrow ain't fight nobody pound for pound all great.
See, this is my thing. I made this point earlier in this live video. I said that neither one of them really have went up against somebody like
that's
that.
What I'm
we
saying.
being honest,
I feel like
that's why we want to see the fight.
I feel like when they go against each other, that's gonna be their first time going against that level of competition. So
right.
That's why when I first started talking, I said just look at what we have to judge them by, because I don't feel like we really know what they're gonna do against that type of competition yet. And I feel like we're not gonna see it until they fight each other, because ain't nobody else. You know, I mean, Keith Thurman could have been that level, but he wanted to bullshit and be injured and get married and loaf. So, I mean, shit, I don't think they have anybody to really fight on that level of competition other than themselves. Because we all know if they was at Canelo weight class, Canelo gonna duck them. So that's why I don't know why Errol think he gonna get a fucking Canelo fight. If Andrade and Charlo been at this nigga weight classes since they been in fucking boxing, what makes him think he gonna move up and just get a damn Canelo fight? Man, Canelo gonna duck the shit out y'all.
Let me get to the super chat real quick, y'all. He said, "Can I hear you, all you guys' top 10 pound for pound list?"
I have no idea.
I'm gonna do a video on that, bro. I can't really think off the top of my head like that. I'll fuck around and leave somebody off, but I'll be sure to do a video on it sometime this week.
That's hard, man. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, that's hard to do off the top of my head.
Man, that shit hard to do because these dudes ain't really doing shit. I mean, I don't know, man. Shit.
That's true. Mean Machine will stop Danny. So how has Crawford not fought anybody on that level?
Mean Machine has stopped the hell out of Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia can't beat nobody.
Danny Garcia is the weakest 147 pounder in my honest opinion.
He a gatekeeper.
I've been saying.
Nah, he ain't no gatekeeper.
He gonna be a gatekeeper, fam. He gonna be a gatekeeper.
The way Danny fight, he do it to himself. He don't even give himself a chance with the way he fight.
And he don't let his hands go. He's the new Adrian Broner. He will not let his fucking hands go.
He needs to get rid of his damn daddy, bro.
He's gonna be a gatekeeper, fam.
Wow. Okay.
Barely getting that check. He ain't gonna leave his dad. Him and his dad make that check together.
Hold on, y'all. I'm about to bring somebody else on the chat with us. Let him make his point. Yo, young billionaire, you live on the chat. Will you Thriller? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Man, shout out to everybody on the panel. What's up, Poetic?
What's up, fam?
I wanted to make a point. I heard you guys talking about I heard one guy saying that Errol Spence's jab and he will break Bud down late in the fight. But you know, I don't think you realize that.
Not knock him out. Not knock him out. Not knock him out. Just press him.
I'll just pin him against the ropes.
Yeah, just press him and make it look like. I think that he will. Yeah, just press him, not knock him out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, you know what though, man. See, the thing about boxing is that when southpaws fight each other, you know, usually when southpaws fight each other, man, the jab is kind of negated. So if Bud was to switch southpaw off and on, I think he could negate Errol Spence's jab, because you said it, like his jab is the biggest weapon that he has. But the thing about it is like Bud Crawford has a longer reach than Errol Spence. Even though he's coming up, Bud Crawford has a longer arms than Errol Spence. So Errol Spence had longer arms than Danny, than Sean. Of course, he had longer arms than Mikey. He hasn't fought anybody with longer arms than him since he's been at 147.
Right.
He fights.
And Bud has freaking. Oh, go ahead.
He fights low too. That's another thing. I feel like he's gonna get up under. He can get up under Terrence Crawford if he starts backing him down with the straight left, and Terrence starts to move back, and I feel like that's where he will have success. Errol Spence will have success. You know, the jab in that fight, I feel like it won't be that. Like I said, I was like, the jab wouldn't make too much difference. He covers distance, and once he presses him, I feel like that's where Errol Spence will press him out, not to where he'll knock him out or hurt him. I don't feel like he'll hurt Terrence Crawford. I feel like he would just
keep pressure on him.
He would keep pressure on him with activity. Yes.
Okay. What is his activity level? You just think that he'll be too active, Bud?
Yeah, not necessarily throwing a bunch of punches, but he will be in an awkward position where Terrence Crawford's punches won't look good. I mean, I feel like Errol Spence knows where his head is supposed to be. You know, I feel like once he gets inside, not necessarily inside, because he fights. If y'all pay attention to Errol Spence, he still fight long. He still fight long, like he's still not outside, but he still fights not truly inside. You know what I mean? When I think about inside, it's not it. When I think about inside, I'm thinking like you know, Sean Porter's type of rough type of style.
The 3-point stance boxing.
Right. I mean, he in there, but he's not deep. I feel like he's gonna press him up against those ropes. He's gonna just look like he's, you know, getting the upper hand, and I feel like they're gonna give those type of rounds to Errol. And if Errol was to do that, I mean, you have to give those rounds to Errol based off how boxing is today.
Well,
hey, the thing is, I want to know what 50-50 fight has Errol had?
None. And see, the thing is though, like, can I respond to that real quick? The thing is that, okay, Errol has always fought guys that the last few fights he's been fighting guys that like to be second. And the only fight we seen him tested in is Brooke, who, you know, Brooke, the thing is, man, Brooke, like you said, did really well. And it seemed like he wasn't touching Errol, but dude did drop 2 weight classes off a broken eye to come down and fight Errol immediately after that loss of Triple G. But he fought him at middleweight. When you have to lose that type of muscle in that sort of span, you've seen what happened with Roy Jones and Tarver. You seen in the rematch. You seen when he came back down from heavyweight, he was never the same. When you drop them 2 weight classes in that short of time, and coming off an eye injury, Kell Brooks shouldn't have lasted 10, 11 rounds with him. I'm gonna just be real with you. If Errol is the killer that people thought he was, he should have took Kell Brook out earlier than that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just be real with you. And he never knocked Kell Brook out. Kell Brook took a knee, but because of the eye was so bad. But he never, all that punishment Kell took, he never dropped him. And for him to be a power puncher, no, he not a finisher like that. Because when he had Porter hurt, Porter got up and pushed him back some of that round.
He went toe to toe.
Yeah,
he went toe to toe the rest of the round. You're right.
Pushed him back the rest of it. If Porter do that with Bud, he'll get his head knocked off. That's just a fact. If Bud was to hurt Sean Porter, he wouldn't let. he won't last the rest of that round, dog.
I also want to piggyback off of your point, young billionaire, before I go back to the super chats. I think a lot of y'all are mistaken, Bud, because this motherfucker is one of the very few boxers in the sport that can punch in between a punch. And I think that's what's going to catch Errol Spence off guard, because he hasn't been in the ring with the guy that has the ability to do that, in my honest opinion.
What you mean punch in between?
Like, he can punch. I've seen him knock guys out like a dude throw a punch and Bud to catch him in between.
Like the Kell Brook knockout. Kell Brook was jabbing and Bud hit him while he was in the way.
Exactly.
Yeah, he did that to BENEVIDEZ. Yep.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, man, it's gonna be a very both of them gonna have to be very strategic with their approach, because I think it's gonna be more of a tactical fight within the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then once they figure each other out, that's when they might go toe to toe. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight.
Oh yeah.
I just think Errol he's fundamentally solid, but I think Bud just gives you that. Bud just got more raw talent than Errol. He just more quick. He more wiry. He probably punch harder, but in both hands than Errol.
Ain't no problem. He definitely punches
harder than Errol.
Yeah,
I think Errol's power might be a little overrated, if you want to be honest with you, because
I agree.
He should be knocking some of these dudes like ever since he moved up in competition after when he fought Mikey and on, he ain't been knocking out nobody.
He ain't knocked out nobody. That's a fact. Shout out to Tavares in the chat. He said, I just came from a podcast full of biased, hating ass people who, I'm sorry to say this, they are African American and don't even have Canelo in the top 10. Yeah, that's just bias. That's just hate. That's hate.
I don't put
you ain't gonna get none of that shit on my channel. I'm not biased. I'm not racist. I try to be as fair as possible, whether I like you or dislike you. That's the type of shit you're gonna get on my channel.
I don't have no PED users in my top 10. I don't care. Once you get caught one time, and look, I know y'all seen a recent interview where Canelo admitted that they are allowing them to have a certain amount of clenbuterol in their system. Y'all gotta stop it. That nigga a cheater. Fuck out of here. Fuck him. That nigga a hoe.
So you just not gonna give Canelo no respect,
bro? I don't care about how good that nigga is and what he can do. That nigga be on fucking steroids, and y'all crazy to think that man, they ain't letting that man be on fucking steroids. Like, come on, y'all crazy. They even said that. He even said that the fucking the WBC giving them the ability to put a certain amount of steroids in their system.
I'm gonna have to do my research on that.
Matter of fact, next time we on here, I'm gonna make sure I show you the damn video. I'm gonna show you.
Drop the link. If you find it, drop the link. Come back on this video tonight and drop the link so I can check it out.
And then you could probably make a video on that, because I was talking about that on Easy. I showed Easy that man. He admitted, and a lady who was translating for him, they had admitted that the WBC letting them have a certain amount of PEDs in their system for that Saunders fight. Come on, man. I would never put Manny on my phone. I don't care how good he is, especially after he got knocked out by fucking
Marquez.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Well, they said he was on the juice allegedly at that time. So who knows? Who knows, man?
How that man come from 105, 100 pounds all the way to damn near light heavy? Y'all better stop that.
Let me get back to the super chat, bro. He said, also, one thing, who is out here fighting all the champions in their division? Canelo is about to become undisputed in less than 1 year, and people want him to fight everyone if they don't fight each other. Yeah, man, I made that point earlier. That's what this video or this live stream was about mainly. Like, stop chasing Canelo. He'll pick you when he want to fight. Basically. Let me see. Lash Puma Skills in the chat. What's happening, boy? He said, what up, you thriller, just getting on. What did I miss? We just talking about Canelo. We mainly talking about Spence and Bud right now, bro. So not too much. Just go back and check it out on the stream. He said, I'm sure that after he becomes undisputed, he will go on a shutting the haters up tour. We'll see. We gonna hold him to that too.
So let me ask y'all something. So about Canelo, who do y'all favor to beat him between 160 and 168?
Who going first?
Okay.
I'll take it. Go ahead. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't feel like none of these guys, except for the only person I'd give a chance to is Jamel. The one that Jamel or Jamal, I forget which one.
Jamel is the 154, right?
You talking about the bigger one, Jamal.
The one that the one that's closer to Canelo. I feel like that's the only one because I just watched Demetrius Andrade, and brothers, I'm sorry, but he don't look good. You can't go base it off a race. Now, I would rather the brother win, but these brothers, they not these. None of these guys are special. None of these guys right now are special. Only guy that's special enough to beat somebody like Canelo, because Canelo ain't really doing nothing too crazy in with his skill. That's why I feel like a lot of the Mexican fighters are slow to give him credit. But it's just like this the right time for him, man. This is just the right time.
Perfect time.
There's nobody special out there right now, so you got to give him that credit. There's nobody special, nobody who has style like him that's around his weight class. Name one person, honestly, based off of their skill. You watching it with an eye. We watching with the right eye, basing them off of every. There's nobody there, man. There's nobody there. I mean, what's his guy name? I feel like he was going to give Canelo a much better fight. I mean, I feel like he was doing good against Canelo, this guy.
Oh, Billy Joe?
But yeah, I feel like Billy Joe was doing pretty good. Ain't nobody bending at the waist like Billy Joe. Nobody can bend at the waist and get out of the way of shots like Billy Joe did. Canelo was standing right in front of Billy Joe at one time, and Billy Joe slipped right up under a few of those heavy right hands. And no other fighter is going to be able to. The twin's not going to do that. I mean, the twin, he ain't going to do that. And I'm from Houston, but I'm not biased.
Me too.
But why was Billy Joe? Why did not to cut you off, bro? But why was Billy Joe like? Why did he keep ducking? Because Canelo, everybody knows Canelo throws an uppercut from hell. So why did he continue to duck during the entire?
Canelo just adjusted. I think Billy Joe was doing the right thing. I mean, ain't no other way to get out of the way of them shots. I mean, Canelo has mastered that looping punch, that roundhouse like punch. All his punches, it look awkward. You don't know if he kind of remind you of Ruddick, Razor Ruddick. That his it's not nearly as good and polished as Razor Ruddick, but you don't know what the hell he about to do with that left hand sometimes, man. You don't know what the hell because he knows how to loop his shots. He has style for what it is that he's doing. That these other guys, man, they ordinary. That's why look at Danny Jacobs, and I believe that the brother that's closer to Danny Jacobs in Canelo's weight class, I believe that he was scared of Danny Jacobs. I believe he didn't want no smoke with Danny Jacobs. Truly,
you talking about
so, huh?
You talking about when they had the altercation?
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, I don't feel. I mean, do you feel the same?
Yeah, you know what? As far as Maul, like as far as Demetrius Andre, I'm a big fan of him. But Thriller, man, do y'all think that he could beat Canelo after his last performance, or do y'all think that was just inactivity?
Nah, Andrade is being. I believe Andrade is being strategic. He's trying to get that fight. He's not trying to do anything too special. Because if he do something too special, Canelo ain't finna get that nigga no chance. That's why I like Andrade. I'm telling y'all, watch. Andrade is doing this shit on purpose. He is not trying to beat nobody ass like that because he know he ain't gonna get no fucking fight with Canelo doing that. I'm telling y'all.
Wow. So you picking Andrade to beat Canelo? I just want to make sure you're on record. Okay. I respect.
Think about it. Didn't the other week, Andrade came out talking about some he over 200 pounds and depressed and all this shit. Y'all can't tell me that man ain't being strategic about what he's doing. Come on now.
Well, as far as my opinion, fellas, I feel like out of everybody that's in or around Canelo's weight class, I kind of touched up on it earlier. I'm gonna say if I had to pick somebody, I would say David Benevidez because I feel like he's gonna come in and try to bully the bully. I feel like most of these fighters that's been coming into the ring with Canelo is scared of life. They scared to death. You understand what I'm saying? And I just feel like this dude, even though he doesn't look great defensively, maybe he's not showing his whole entire arsenal. I don't fucking know. But I know he throws a lot of punches. I know he's taller than Canelo. He's a natural 168-pounder. He has a great jab. And I think his offense, based off his offense alone, he has to do it. But will it happen? I don't know.
Hey, I personally think I think Andre beat him too, to be honest with you, man. As a matter of fact, I think Andre beat Charlo as well, man. I think that's why a lot of them just kind of avoiding Andre. I don't know if they're trying to age him out, wait till he slow down. I mean, he did look kind of vulnerable in his last fight. You would think they will all of a sudden now want to get in the ring with him. But see, what they do is they hide behind the, hey, Andre, you didn't fight anybody. But if you look at Canelo case, Yildirim ain't fighting nobody. Rocky Fielding ain't fighting nobody. Carlos Smith ain't fighting nobody. See, they could get chances with Canelo, but when it comes to Andre, now y'all want to go into the who has he fought, and that's the part I don't like. I mean, it's supposed to be about the best fighting the best, or if you assume that person is one of the top guys, the man does have a belt, but you gonna fight Yildirim. Yildirim is a nobody. That's why I don't understand.
I didn't like that fight at all. I did not like that fight at all. I got on him for that, and I'm a Canelo fan, but I did not want to see no fucking Yildirim in the ring with Canelo.
Can I say something to that point? All of these guys that Canelo fighting, I think that's garbage as well, which I know y'all are true boxing fans. Y'all gonna call it like it is. I feel the same way. I feel like he should do it now. Step on the gas, fight these guys. I feel like Canelo can beat Andrade if that fight was all a ploy to get Canelo in the ring. I hope that would be. You know what I mean? But if not, you know what I mean? I feel like, these guys just trying to get their check. And, I feel like they're trying to get their check and kind of just keep it moving. But Andrade is definitely back in the day, I used to be like, yeah, I roll with. I think Andrade can beat the Charlo, that Charlo brother. But I think they need to get Derevchenko back in the mix. Derevchenko, wherever he at, he need to get back in the mix and see what's going on with Andrade. See if he can, kind of if he can beat him, and then we can really see if Andrade was serious. You know what I mean? I want to see something like that, or
Triple G. Where the fuck is Triple
Canelo?
G?
Or Canelo can fight.
Fuck old ass Triple G. Nobody wants
but where he has a title. Where is Triple G?
Triple G came out and said he ain't even really trying to fight, Andrew, or like he ain't said it in those words, but you could tell what he was saying. That he was like, "Yo, I'm old. I'm just trying to, fight what's best for me now."
Well, so he need to come up out the belt.
Yeah, I agree.
Come up out the belt, and that's cool. I'm fine with it as long as you get off that belt.
Yeah, they need to do him like they did Pacquiao, man, and then that would be cool. That'd be acceptable,
right?
But like, so my thing is, man, I think Charlo and Andre is a 50-50 fight, man. I don't think that Andre will beat him so easy like people are saying, man. Andre look like he's looking more sloppy by the fight, man. You stay off balance like that against Charlo, he'll really rock you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing about Jamal.
He can't take a shot from Charlo like that. I definitely agree with you on that. That 1-2 that he got caught with by Williams, he'll be going to sleep experts. He get hit like that by Charlo.
And I think he has to
remember Andre dropped Williams. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Charlo got that type of chin like Williams did?
Of course. Charlo was getting hit. I know J-Rock, J-Rock was hitting Charlo with massive shots, and he knocked him out with an uppercut while he took the shot. So I do think Charlo ain't never been hurt before. Really, the dude a monster. Like one thing about Charlo, he's a big. That's a big dude, man. I'm telling you, I seen him in person. That boy is a monster. Yeah, he's
Canelo outboxing though. Canelo
make 160. I don't know, bro. That dude is huge.
You don't think Canelo can outbox?
Who, Charlo?
Yes.
Oh, Canelo, yeah. Canelo, I think Canelo, but see, you talking about because people, a couple guys on the panel were saying that Andre beats Charlo. And I don't know, man. I think that's a 50-50 fight, man.
No, I agree it's a 50-50 fight. I just think Andre will edge him out, in my personal opinion. But I do agree it is a 50-50 fight.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. I'm gonna have to head on out. I gotta help my son with his homework and shit. But if y'all haven't done so already, please hit that like button and hit that notification bell and sub to my channel, man. I really appreciate it. And just like that, I'm gone, fellas. Holla at your boy.
All right, be safe.
All right.